LAZ, man, you heard? Check my track record. I got songs and videos with rap legends, too many to name. You heard? Put my name in on any mixtape website, st.laz, and you're going to see heavy results. So if you want to collab with the God, hit me up on Instagram, Real Saint Laz, you heard? Had that guap. Make sure you go check that series me and the bro Saquon just did. Iraq and Elmira. It's 3 parts to that. It's epic. Make sure you check it. You heard? Go on that new and recent episodes only playlist, or go to that All Saquon playlist or that New York State Prison playlist. You heard? And make sure you leave a comment. Rep that comment gang, that Slim Blunt gang, that Gen Pop fam, whatever it is you represent out there. You heard? Holla at me. Z-Lord. It's a lot of stories on the channel, man, that y'all dudes gotta check out. You heard? A lot of stories. Check that new General joint. That beef with Philly Muslims and the feds. You heard? That's a federal penitentiary story. John Rodder told a story from his perspective early months ago on the channel. And now you hearing that story from the horse's mouth. Make sure you go check that. That's on the page. Go to that new and recent episodes only playlist and you're going to find it. Z-Man Suicide Polo with the Ski Man. Holla at me.
He was in newspapers about 5-6 years later, being found innocent of his rape case by mitochondrial DNA. They found another dude's pubic hairs in the chick's panties and matched it with a dude who they arrested and who finally confessed. The CEOs beat these dudes so bad, I see 1 year later in a wheelchair, paralyzed from the waist down. I'm in the house unit, and it had an upstairs and downstairs. And as people came out that night for gallery recreation, where we could use the phones and call our people collect, no more free calls or three-ways. That shit was over. The phone could detect if you did three-way calling, and the CEO, he'd be notified. Once the phone in a bubble rung, you knew damn well you would not. And the CO, he'll look at you, signal you for the hang up. Next day, you get a misbehavior report. You eventually get a hearing in front of a racist lieutenant who's not trying to hear nothing you say. They take $5 out your account for the ticket and give you 30 days keep back, which is cell confinement, where you be in your cell 23 hours a day with 1 hour recreation. And your clothes and boots were so cheap, you freeze in the summer. Geese shit was everywhere, so when going out, everyone looked up to see and make sure none of them flew over you. The last meal of the day, one dude got a nasty hit, like this bird was sick or something, because it smacked on his bald head with a loud slap, dripped down his face like dark green and bright white snot. So on the guys who recreation that night, everyone came out of their cells and folded full of papers and paperwork. So, I asked the guy, yo, what's all that? He was like, yo, everybody brings out their rap sheet, say your pillowcase with the rule book. I'm like, what? He's like, yo, yeah, bring it out so everybody know who's a rapo, who's a rat, who's a child molester, whatever. I was like, all right, so I ran back to my cell to get mine, which was 1 page, not even a full page. It was manslaughter in the first degree and intent murder from Swafford. So I signed my name to use the phone. Next, sat down at a table in front of a Spanish guy named Negro from Washington Heights. He asked me to play chess, so we set up a game. Started small talk, trying to guess which jail we go to from here. Then we heard a loud smack and a thump, and the body hit the floor. I told him, look, the Negro grabbed my shoulder, and he was like, yo, we mind our business up top. If it ain't got nothing to do with you, you won't even look that way. He said, son's a rapo, so he gets the swab. I'm like, the fuck is a swab? He's like, the deodorant bottle you got, they knock you out, pull your pants down, put it in the back of your ass, and kick it up in your ass. Well, it tears the dude up real bad. I heard about this shit being done on the island, but I never saw it. I still didn't. I just heard the scream when he kicked him in his ass, and the police pulled it along. Negro grabbed me and said, yo, hit your cell quick. I ran up to my cell, looked out, and swarm seals rushed in with sticks and black gloves, big fat rednecks that all smelled like old green bologna. Homeboy immediately told when they were putting him on a stretcher with his ass up in the air. The seals took 4 dudes out. I heard they all got arrested for sodomy, so they called a sex case for punishing a dude for having a sex case. And the sad part is, even though this dude read it, he was in newspapers about 5-6 years later being found innocent of his rape case by mitochondrial DNA. They found another dude's pubic hairs in the chick's panties and matched it with a dude who they arrested and who finally confessed. The CEOs beat these dudes so bad, I see one years later in a wheelchair, paralyzed from the waist down. One died from hematoma, a blood clot, brain from being beat upside the head with the sticks, and now one CO got arrested or even suspended.
What, beat the dudes up? They beat the dudes up that swathed them?
Yeah, beat the shit out of them. And then came to work the next day like it was just another day on the job. Like, it was just regular shit. Nobody got suspended, got arrested, nothing. And once these dudes died, yo, we got cheap-ass jackets with cheap green winter hats. That, you know, the hats are so cheap. If you slept in it, it stretched out so bad you had to tie the knot to wear skin so it would fit. We all have bald heads, so we all slept with our hats on. I slept with my boots on too, I ain't gonna front. And my body became extremely sensitive to everything. If the CO's shadow passed over me in my sleep, it woke me up. I developed primary insomnia, but when my body did crash, the slightest anything woke me up, and I would be instantly alert and ready to defend my life. Cigarettes were still being sold in commissary and now even for adolescents on Harlem, but I never smoked. I used my one-hour recreation to hit the heavy bag in the gym with Negro. I called my grandmother every night for 6 minutes, which was all the time they allowed, and it was collect, and they recorded. They recorded all the calls. So my grandmother, the Honorable Miss Mary Bennett, she's the strongest woman, most loving woman I ever met. You know, I cried after every phone call, every visit with her. I miss her so much. You know, just thinking about it now, I think you want to tear up. I was raised by her, you know, with morals and manners and principles. She was from Swainsboro, Georgia, and had my back no matter what I did or faced. This woman was there. She loved unconditionally, and I cry when I think about her to this day, like, because I felt like I let her down by not enjoying life, by wasting so much time in the cage. Like, I had a wasted life. Like, I went from being so happy, having fun, going to school, riding bikes, amazing home-cooked meals every night, mouth-watering breakfast every morning, to a world of extreme violence, mental anguish, pain, suffering, loss, heartbreak, betrayal, and abandonment. Nani, my girlfriend, she disappeared as soon as I left C-74. I got no more mail. Only pictures from grandma. Like, I had no one else to call but grandma. No one else took my collect calls but grandma. And only grandma brought my little girl to come see me. My mom was out at home, but still in recovery and going through physical therapy. I had no big brother to call on anymore. No one I could say, yo, I got beef, come help me. I had to find my own way and man up. I had to represent or be victimized. You know, Bondo, Junie, and Troy Black finally contacted me. Junie, a.k.a. David Vaughn, and Troy Black, a.k.a. Troy Simmons, they lived in my building, 545. We grew up together, and together, these three took care of my grandmother and my baby brother Elgin and made sure I wanted for nothing when I was in there. When I got the letter from Junie with pictures of him, Bondo, and Troy Black, I didn't worry about my grandmother or my mom or my little brother anymore. 3 of my day ones stepped up to help my family. Now, through this hard time of loss of death, for them to step up, man, I love them brothers to this day. And, you know, I'm in touch with Junie right now. I don't know, I heard Bondo got deported. Troy Black, I think, still lives in the building, but we haven't been in touch in years. But anyway, I got into my workout more, started jogging 5 miles a day, hit the heavy bag in the gym on a regular, started hitting weights with only deadlifts and snatches until I could deadlift 500 pounds and do one-arm snatches with the 100-pound dumbbells with brute strength, and I was going to need it. Because 3 minutes later, I was told to pack up and send the Cack Sack Correctional Facility. And it was more than razor tag. Weapons were upgraded. A dude named Boogaloo just got murdered in the mess hall with a butcher knife over a pack of cigarettes. And he only had like 30 days to go home. And everyone had big rectangular rug cutters to cut through your hoodies and towels and get your flesh. We was lined up in front of 5 big racist white guards, and I heard every jail had a siege, you know, when you get there, so that you know they were not bullshit. But these guards was different. He's like, yo, this is CAC Correctional Facility. You can cut each other, you can stab each other, you can kill each other. We don't give a fuck. But if you touch one of my officers, we gonna kill you. Now take on out, my officers gonna take you to your house, you know. And that was the end of that speech. The jail was still on lockdown because of the murder, so I spent the next 7 days in my small cells. I was more like a cave, writing letters to Grandma, Julie, Bondo, and Troy Black. Let them know where I was, and then I called as soon as I came off lockdown. Right off lockdown, Puerto Rican Phil Dog from Grant pulled up in front of my cell. He and Rashid were road dogs, my brother Rashid, and I felt so good to finally see somebody that I knew. And Phil was as real as they came, all the way live and no nonsense. Next time I'll fill you in on what happened in Cactus.